Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fraser Field for Catholic Central League Baseball. St. Mary's taking on St. Joseph's Academy. Ed McDonald is the head guy for St. Joseph's. Derek Dana for the Spartans. And I believe this is the second year. I think the coach told me second year they've been in the Catholic Central League, but they were in the Catholic Central League Small. And this year there is no Catholic Central League Small, so they bumped them up. And they have to play, as the coach said, against the big boys. Lucas Fritz is on the mound for the Spartans, who got a big win over undefeated Bishop Fien on Saturday. And that put them over 500. They're 5-4. And that used to be important. You want to be as high above 500 as you can so you can get into the tournament, win at least 50% of your games. And now this year, the new rule, you don't have to win any games. As a coach, you can just say, I'm taking my team to the tournament. You don't have to win any prescribed percentage of games. In fact, you don't have to win any games. I would hope that anybody 0-20 would not go to the tournament, but they could if they just want to play a couple of extra games. Jack Lynch, the second baseman, will lead off for St. Joseph's. And I apologize, I don't even know where St. Joseph is from. So we'll have our first pitch of the day. In for a strike. Nothing but blue sky over the field. Way, way down beyond the left field fence, there are a couple of clouds, but there's no clouds at all over the fence. Bright sunshine, but it's nowhere near as what it was yesterday. Yesterday, it was in the 90s as Cabral makes that good, strong throw and throws Lynch out. Lynch hit it solid, hit it right to the shortstop. One up, one down. Yesterday was almost 90, just about 90 here in Lynn. Everybody was dying. Get the air conditioners out. And now all of a sudden, it's going downhill. Everybody went back putting a jacket or a sweatshirt on. There's just enough of a breeze to be a pain in the neck. Little lollipop changeup that just floated to home plate, and R.J. Cavey was the right fielder, was way out in front of it, and quickly it's 0-2. Hit the first base. Easy play. That's Ryan Fair at first base. Jackson Savoy, the catcher, takes it up and away. That was hit a mile up in the air. The second baseman, Fisher, had an easy play on the ball. And now they throw it away and the runner's going to move up. It's going to be a base hit. Cabral went from shortstop all the way behind. I think the second baseman thought he was going to bump into Cabral. He got out of the way. Cabral got out of the way. It fell down between the two of them. Savoy gets a base hit. and then they throw the ball away back to the pitcher, and all of a sudden St. Joseph's has a runner in scoring position with 2 outs for Chuck Nolan, the pitcher. He can help himself here. High for a ball. That was Cabral went from shortstop completely past second base, almost to right field. He was standing right next to the second baseman who was signaling for the catch. And Fisher saw him and thought they were going to collide, and he gave way to Cabral, and Cabral gave way to Fisher, and it fell between the two of them. You wonder why coaches get gray hair. Good off-speed pitch on the corner for a strike. St. Mary's coming off a very big win over undefeated Bishop Fee. Cabral, big day on the mound. Up and away for a ball. Cabral's been great all year. He had a big game against Austin Prep, but didn't get the win. They went into extra innings, and St. Mary's gave it away in the 10th inning, or the 9th inning. Hit off the second baseman. They send the runner home, and they throw an airmail, and that's going to move the runner to second base. So a base hit, the pitcher helps himself. So instead of having 3 outs and St. Mary's batting now, they're down 1-0. High for a ball to John Bennett, the first baseman. That was a ball off the glove of the second baseman. They sent the runner around third, and he just airmailed it, and it wound up going up in the seats. The hit of the pitcher, Bennett, Chuck Nolan, the pitcher, winds up at third. He was going to second on the throw, winds up third when the ball went into the seats. Now they have a runner at third with 2 outs and a run in. Up and away for a ball. Thought about pulling the trigger, didn't. Then sat at first base thinking it was ball 4. And it's called a strike. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So a bizarre inning for St. Mary's. A pop up to the infield, drops in for a base hit. A throwing error puts him at second base. An infield hit with a throwing error brings the run in. They almost got 2. They had a runner at third. 2 hits in the inning. So St. Mary's has to play catch-up. It'll be Avon Cabral, the shortstop, leading off. Batting second and catching, Kobe Magliozzi. The third baseman, Daniil Ortiz, will hit number 3. Playing left field and batting cleanup is Terrence Moynihan. Tommy Falasca will be the DH. He's hitting for the first baseman, Ryan Freya, in the cleanup spot. Or in bag number 5, The pitcher, Lucas Fritz, hits number 6. Playing right field, hitting number 7 is Dante D'Ambrosio. Andrew Luciano will hit 8th and play center field. And Zach Fisher will bring up the tail end of the batting order, batting 9th and playing second base. Chuck Nolan on the mound. He got himself a run with an infield hit, helped out by the St. Mary's throwing. There were 2 errors in the inning. Again, nice day, but you have to wear the long sleeve shirt. No shorts and t-shirt today. And I mentioned last time we were here, part of the field is covered on the outfield fence, so some of the people have to shift out to right field if they want to stay outside the park and watch. Right center field and right field. Left center field, but you'd be sitting in the road coming in. Left field is covered quite a bit over to left center. A lot of right field over to right center near the flagpole. With the advertising for the Navigators, they'll be starting soon. Just about a month. So Ava Cabral will look to get it started. Nolan on the mound is a southpaw. Smhs won their first 3 games of the season. Lost their next 3. Got a win and had that bizarre game against Austin Prep. Leading 1-0. Austin Prep tied it up when the hitter struck out but reached a sacrifice, a stolen base, and a hit. Brought the run in to make it 1-1, and then he wound up losing in extra innings when they walked 5 or 6, made an error and a big hit. Austin Prep wound up being, I think, 8 or 9-1. It looked like a romp, but it really wasn't. St. Mary's could have won the game in regulation. Cabral pitched a great game, and that 1 run cost him. I'm not sure what the umpires are waiting for. The pitcher was still warming up. It's taken the catcher forever to put the equipment on. He was on base, but it shouldn't take that long. I don't know if he's used to having the equipment. He's having somebody helping him with the equipment now. And he's finally going to make an appearance. I hope this doesn't happen every inning. I don't know if they're missing players. He only has 11 players suited up. So Cabral will step in and we'll be back to baseball. At least I thought it would be. The catcher's now out talking to the pitcher. So now I think we're finally going to have our first pitch. Things going on again at Manning Field. It was lacrosse, I think. This is track now, I think. That place goes 24/7 like this. Up and away for a ball. foul back to the screen. St. Mary's defending Division III state champions. They did it 2 years ago. They haven't played in 2 years. In for a strike. 1-2. Down and away. The count evens at 2-2. You loyal fans. Missing wide again. We mentioned St. Mary's 5-4. This is their 10th game. The game after this will be Lynn Classical Baseball, who will be playing their first game. That's how bizarre this year has been. Cabral was behind. He draws a walk. So the tying run at first for Colby Magliozzi. Very good hockey player. He had a very good year for Mark Lee. Cabral's back, standing up on the throw over to first. Squared like he was going to bunt, took the pitch for a strike. Cabral takes off. He got a great jump. They can't get him. He got a huge jump. So he's in scoring position with nobody out. Hit foul to the backstop. Daniil Ortiz is the on-deck hitter. Hit into left field. It's going to drop for a base hit. Cabral's going to score easily. So St. Mary's gets it back very quickly in the first two hitters. A walk, a stolen base, and a single. Daniil Ortiz, the third baseman, steps in. Magliozzi was standing on first base when he threw the ball over. Up and away for a ball. Fishing low for a ball, 2-0. Another throw over. Again, Magliozzi was just about on the base when he threw it over. On the corner for a strike. 2 on the count to Ortiz. Damage Moynihan on deck. Down and in for a ball. Nolan takes a lot of time on the mound with the pause. The runner takes off. It's ball 4. So 2 walks in the first 3 hitters. Sandwiched around a single. A run in, 2 on, nobody out. For Terrence Moynihan, the left fielder. He's bounced from third to second to the mound to left field. Hit solidly to left center field. It's in a gap. All the way to the fence. 2 runs they're going to score. Moynihan will be in with a triple. So they've kind of wiped out that 1-0 lead. Ortiz scored all the way from first. Tommy Velasco, the DH. St. Joseph brings their infield in. Popped up. Second baseman makes the call and makes the catch. Velasco jumped on the first pitch. You always wonder why. He walked 2 of the first 3 hitters. You wonder why they jump on that first pitch. Lucas Fritz, the pitcher, can help himself. The runner at third with 1 out. Lefty against lefty here. Pitcher against pitcher. Pitching from the stretch with the runner at third. Down and away for a ball. Down and away again. Swing and a miss. Infield stays in for St. Joseph's. On the inside corner. Kind of evens at 2. A little tap, a little off-speed pitch, he just reached the bat out, and a little slap. Looked like almost a slap in softball, but it gives him a base hit instead of center field and an RBI. Knocked it past the drawn-in infield. John Nowicki is going to run at first base for Fritz. Dante D'Ambrosio, the right fielder, the 7th hitter in the inning. High for a ball. First 4 hitters have scored. Another quick throw over to first, back easily is Nowicki. The runner takes off. Again, easy stolen base. So another runner in scoring position. This time for Dante D'Ambrosio, the right fielder. Hit foul to the backstop. Andrew Luciano, the center fielder, on deck. Up and away for a ball. In for a strike on the inside corner. Bears go way up in front, almost out of the batter's box. The runner takes off for third. The ball's popped up behind home plate. Catcher overran it when he tried to come back, couldn't make the play. So D'Ambrosio gets a life. Two the count. They throw over to second now. Wiki had a big lead off the bag. Takes off for third, hit into center field. That'll be an easy RBI. He was all the way to third before the ball was hit. D'Ambrosio gets a base hit and an RBI. Five of the first six hitters have scored. Still only one out and the runner at first, Andrew Luciano. The center fielder is the hitter. In for a strike. Hit in the right field for a base hit. The beat goes on for the Spartans. Luciano gets a base hit. D'Ambrosio scoots over to third. First and third for Zach Fisher, who's the ninth hitter in the inning. They batted around. Cabral, who started this with a walk, is on deck. Off the catcher's glove. Nobody going anywhere. Coach Dana coaching third. Coach Belleville coaching first. Coach Belleville's first year with the varsity. The runner takes off. They don't throw it down. So second and third now. Swings and misses. The ball gets by the catcher, and the run will score. So the pass ball brings another run in. 6 of the first 7 have scored. St. Mary's would like to save these for tomorrow night. They're back here. That one bounced off the catcher. Off the catcher's glove again with the swing and miss, and that's going to bring another run in. I mentioned up front the catcher was having trouble putting the equipment on. I'm not sure if he's their regular catcher. They only have 11 players here. But if body language means anything, he doesn't want to be behind home plate. And that's another walk. Yeah, it's going to bring a trip out. Coach McDonald out to talk to his pitcher. Capel walked and scored. Held up, but it was in anyway for a strike. Three walks and 5 hits. And that one hits Cabral. He's on for the second time. Colby Magliozzi dumped a hit into left field for an RBI single and then scored. Up for the second time. Still only one out. Hit in the air to left field. Drifting back to left fielder. Makes the play. Magliozzi hit it a long way, but he got under it. Kept it up long enough for the left fielder to make the play. Daniil Ortiz drew one of those 3 walks and scored one of the 7 runs. Hits it foul up in the seats. In for a strike, quickly 0-2. Ortiz didn't like that pitch. Nice stop by the catcher on a pitch down and in. Hit in the air to center field. Starting back, now coming on. Center fielder Larkin makes the play. St. Mary's is finally out. They sent 12 to the plate. 7, including the first 4. And 7 of the first 8 score. And they wipe out that 1-0 lead that St. Joseph had. It's now 7-1 St. Mary's at the end of 1. We'll start the second inning. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 for St. Joseph's. And now Fritz gave up that wacky run in the first inning, but now he's got a 7-1 cushion to work with, so he's feeling pretty good out there on the mound. Hit in the air behind first base. Long run for everybody. It's a fair ball. And he slides in a second with a double. Just dropped inside the right field line. And Sean McLaughlin gets a double. Freya, the first baseman. Fisher, the second baseman. D'Ambrosio, the right fielder, all trying to track it down. It fell between them just inside the white line. Chopped foul towards the St. Mary's dugout. High for ball. Runner was way off second base, but the pitcher, Fritz, turned around to throw. There was nobody to throw it to. A late swing, lined that up in the seats, off to the right side. Nice stop by Magliozzi on a pitch that broke down and away. Swing and a miss for strike three. Second strikeout for Fritz. We finally got everybody on the same page. I mentioned that Classical will be starting their first game tonight. Classical softball played their first game last Friday. English has played a couple of softball games. I think it's might be tomorrow that, or the next day, that English is playing their first baseball game. They were behind. They were now in the GBL league rather than the Northeastern Conference. But it's been bizarre. Strike three called. Classical girls the other day on Friday played St. Mary's. St. Mary's was playing their 9th game. Classical was playing their first, and they only had like 3 or 4 days of practice to get ready. And it completely changed for those girls that were playing basketball, and some of them volleyball and soccer players went pop up to the second baseman. Volleyball and soccer went deep in the GBL league tournament. Since there's no state tournament, the leagues have opted to have league tournaments. So they were virtually playing a different sport, jumping right into softball and almost virtually jumping right into competition against a very good St. Mary's team. So St. Joseph is down in the second, but it's been wacky. Northeastern Conference, Catholic Conference started their season just about on time like they normally would in September. St. Mary's had to sit for, I think, a week, hockey, basketball, because of the virus. But St. Mary's girls still played 23 basketball games. Then they had that included the Catholic Central League Cup tournament, the league tournament. But English Classical couldn't follow suit in the Northeastern Conference because Lynn was considered a red zone and they weren't allowed any sports. But the Northeastern Conference started their season and they were playing basketball and hockey and the other sports. Lynn had to wait, and Lynn jumped into the Greater Boston League. They didn't start till February. So when St. Mary's was finishing up basketball and hockey, English and Classical were just starting basketball and hockey. And then when St. Mary's was finishing football, English and Classical were just starting football. Now they finally get on the same page, although later, like now this is the 10th game for St. Mary's. English and Classical baseball will be starting this week. And if you don't count the one game the Classical girls played last week, they're virtually starting softball this week as well, along with lacrosse and track. So a crazy time. And now they're putting this team, they are having a state tournament for baseball and softball because they haven't had a state tournament in 2 years. They haven't played in 2 years. Terrence Moynihan tripled in 2 and scored in the big first inning when St. Mary scored 7 and batted around 12 hitters. First 3 hitters for St. Mary's batted twice in that first inning, so the cleanup hitter leads off the second inning. Not many new rules, but one big one is the pitching. You throw 25 pitches, you can come back and pitch tomorrow. I think it's like 50 or 60, you have to wait a day. 60 to like 75, you can't pitch for 3 days. And if you go after 75, you go 80, 90, or 100, you have to sit for 4 days. You can play, but you can't pitch. Hit in the center field for a base hit. Moynihan's got his second hit. And St. Mary's got the leadoff hitter on for the second time in 2 innings. Tony Velasca popped up to the second baseman. He was the only one of the first 8 hitters who didn't reach and score. 7 of them did, the first 4. He popped up, and then the next 3 hitters got on and scored. Down and in for a ball. And the next 2 got on base. But Nolan finally got out of the inning. Ducked down, that one almost hit him in the head. Yeah, that's ball 4. 4th walk given up by Nolan. Two of them have scored. Lucas Fritz helped himself, got an RBI single and scored a run. hits it foul to the first base coach. And they throw it out into left field. It went off the catcher, late break. The catcher just kind of flipped it towards third and threw it in the outfield. Now they throw it away back to the pitcher. Velasco winds up at third. Two more errors in the inning. Hit in the air to left field. Plenty deep enough to get the run home. So Fritz gets his second RBI. Dante D'Ambrosio singled in a run and scored a run. I'm not sure if he was trying to get out of the way of that one. He wound up swinging through it, dancing away towards the third base dugout. Hit in the air at the short center field. It's going to drop for a base hit. He's got his second hit. Andrew Luciano, he got a base hit and scored a run. Hey. They turn the double play. But Smhs gets two more. Two big errors helped the cause. The throw into left field brought one run home. Got the run to third. He scored on the sacrifice fly. So we finished two. St. Mary's leading St. Joseph's 9-1. Top of the order for St. Joseph's as we start the third inning. Didn't take long to turn things around. St. Joseph's got a bizarre run in the first inning. St. Mary's answered with 7, sending 12 to the plate. They added 2 more in the second. That's where we are, 9-1 as we start the third inning. Jack Lynch hit it solidly, but hit it right at the shortstop and got thrown out by Cabral. Wide for a ball. Foul tip held onto by Magliozzi. Down and away for a ball. We're missing track over at Manning. It's now lacrosse over at Manning. Hit past third base, foul. Everything goes on over there. They got a 6 to 10-year-old flag football. They've got 10-year, I think up to 16 or 15 football league. They got a men's soccer league. Popped foul back up in the seats. Hit foul again. Line right to the shortstop. That's the second time that Lynch has hit it solidly. Both times he hit it right to the shortstop. This time a line drive that's picked by Cabral. Last time was a hard shot on the ground. You heard me say many times, you get a good pitch, hit it high as you can and hope you get lucky. And again, Lynch got 2 out of 3. He didn't get the one that counts the most. RJKV grounded out to the first baseman. Hit right back to the mound. Fritz takes care of that one. 2 up, 2 down in the third. Jackson Savoy, the catcher, scored the run. He hit that bizarre run in the first inning. He had a high pop-up that the second baseman camped under was going to make the play. Fritz, the second baseman. Fisher, the second baseman. Cabral, the shortstop, came all the way around, and it was well beyond second base, many steps towards first base. And he looked like he was going to take it away from the second baseman. And then they both stepped out of the way, and the ball bounced for a base hit as Savoy gets his second hit. And then while he was at first base, they threw the ball back to the pitcher, and he threw it over the pitcher's head, and he was able to get to second base. And the hitter now, Chuck Nolan, the pitcher, hit a ball off the second baseman's glove. They sent the runner home. There would have been a play at the plate, but they airmailed the ball over the catcher's head into the seats. St. Mary's made 2 errors on the play. Or 2 errors in the inning. The run scored. Nola wound up at third, but then Fritz got a big strikeout to get out of the inning. That was the 1-0 lead. Hit up the middle in the center field for a base hit. So after 2 quick outs, Jackson Savoy and Chuck Nolan, the catcher and pitcher, both get their second hits of the game. 2 for 2. John Bennett, the first baseman, struck out swinging. That curveball, he was backing away. It dropped in for a strike. That one hangs high. Swung on and missed. 1-2. Hit right at the second baseman. So St. Joseph's got 2 base hits in the inning. The 2 outs were hits more solid than the 2 hits. A line shot to the shortstop and a line shot to the second baseman. So St. Joseph's goes down. They leave 2. And the bottom of the third will be 9-1 and 2 for St. Mary's. We mentioned St. Joseph's Academy. They normally would be in the Catholic Central small division. St. Mary's used to be there a few years ago. St. Mary's bounced around. They were in the Commonwealth Conference League. They jumped over, went to the Catholic Central small, then went to the Catholic Central large. But St. Joseph's got bumped up now because they don't have a Catholic Central small. So not a bad day here. It hasn't got as cold as I thought it would be, getting colder and colder, but not too bad. Sprinkling of fans, especially on the St. Mary's side. I don't know if they're St. Joseph Academy fans. They're behind their dugout, so I guess at least a few of them are. Some might be taking the sun in. In for a strike. Zach Fisher, the second baseman, drew a walk. One of only two of the starters that didn't score in the first inning. And St. Mary's put 7 on the board. Hit in the left field for a base hit. He's on for the second time. Avon Cabral scored a run, but he hasn't batted officially yet. He walked the first time. Got hit by a pitch the second time. Made a couple of nice plays at shortstop. He had to get out of the way. That pitch was behind him. He had to move to his home plate to get out of the way. That pitch was behind him and sailed to the backstop for a while. That's a major league wild pitch. Punched on the first base line. The pitcher will make the tag on Cabral. That was just a late swing in on the hands. He just chopped at it. Nola makes the put out himself. Fisher will move over to third. Magliozzi was up twice in the first inning. Singled in a run and scored, and hit a fly ball to left field. So he's 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored. All of that coming in the first inning. And he's got a base hit in the center field. And another RBI. So Fisher becomes the 8th hitter to score a run. And actually all 9 have scored. Because the out in the first inning was Velasco, but he scored in the second inning. So all 9 hitters have scored. Moynihan has scored twice. A little off-speed breaking ball drops in for a strike. Ortiz walked and scored, flied to center field. Up and away for a ball. St. Mary's was stealing bases in the first inning. They had 3. I think they've gotten away with that, away from that with the score 10-1. Quick throw over. Magliozzi back standing up. Chop, foul. Good job by the grounds crew here. They had some problems initially because they had a really heavy rainstorm. When they picked up the top off the mound, the water went all over the place. They threw a lot of quick dry. They covered the mound with quick dry and it blew all over the place. It was really a problem. Hop way up in the air. They don't make the play, but they'll make the force. First baseman chasing it, couldn't come up with it. Runner at first couldn't go anywhere with the ball right there. The play actually goes 4-6. Magliozzi's out at second base. And Nick Sacco was going to run for Fritz at first base. Terrence Moynihan tripled in 2, singled, and he scored twice. So 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored and 2 RBI. Chops it out to the mound, and they throw it away. One for the third time. Three errors now for St. Joseph's. This is Eric Bridges. He's hitting for Falaska, the DH. Curveball, off speed, drops in. Nice pitch for a strike. Popped up to the second baseman, lost his hat. Up now it goes to the first baseman. I was watching the second baseman. So St. Mary's slackens off. They only get 1 run that inning. We played 3 full. St. Mary's 10, St. Joseph's 1. Jason Donahue will be the new pitcher. So Fritz goes 3, gives up the 1 run. 5 base hits. Struck out 3. As the pitch is in for a strike. Sean McLaughlin doubled, leading off the second inning and got stranded there. I'm sure St. Mary's will be making some changes, but we won't know until it's time for them to hit. In for a strike. We got the pitcher because we're looking right at him. Strike 3 call, good pitch. Daniel Contreras, the third baseman, struck out swinging. Foul ball. Nick Sacco was at third base. I just noticed that because he turned around and I saw his number as he was about to try and make that throw. Curveball dropped on the inside corner. He was backing away from that pitch. Punches that towards third, foul again. Just gave a little, almost one-handed swing slap at that. That one breaks down and away. Took a good long look at that one. And good look at that one too. That's a tough pitch to take with 2 strikes. Chops it foul. Good at bat by Contreras. Whatever he does, he's fouled a few off. Made Donahue throw some pitches. Chop towards second base. That's a nice play by Fisher. Fisher had to go way to his right behind the mound and then had to turn to make a good strong throw. He did both of those and throws Contreras out. That's a nice play. 2 up, 2 down. Rob Larkin, the center fielder, called on strikes his 1 trip. Missing up and away for a ball. Reached for that one. Just got a piece. Tipped it foul. That one broke a little late. Stayed wide for a ball. That one bounced off the catcher. That was like a pop fly behind home plate. That's ball 4. Paul Connaughton, the shortstop, popped to second base. Missing for a ball. Hit Solly to second base. Fisher will take the play himself. 2 nice plays by him in the inning. Solid shot by Connaughton. Fisher takes it away. So we're halfway through the ball game. As St. Joseph is down in the 4th inning. St. Mary's on top 10-1. Getting those 7 big runs in the 1st inning, sending 12 to the plate. It'll be 6, 7, and 8 for the Spartans. Donahue, who's now the pitcher, will be the hitter. Chuck Nolan will start his 4th inning of work. after that first inning. He settled down a little bit. He gave up 2 runs in the third, but there were 2 big errors in the inning that allowed the runs to score. So after that first inning, the only earned run he's given up is a run in the third. Jason Donahue up for the first time. I mentioned they knocked off the undefeated Bishop Feehan team Saturday for a big win for St. Mary's. Donahue got one of the big hits that helped them win the game 3-1. Swings through both pitches. Solid shot to left field. Off the left fielder's glove. Donahue will reach on the error. He went back and he had it, got his glove on it, couldn't hold on to it. Fourth error for St. Joseph's. Donahue hit it solidly, but it was right there. He had it, just couldn't hold on to it. D'Ambrosio was singled twice, knocked in a run and scored a run. Up and away for a ball. Up in the seats. Off to the right side. Hit foul again off the screen. He was almost going to take that pitch, and it looked like it might be breaking over the plate. He reached and just got a piece, tapped it over the St. Joseph's dugout. He thought twice about taking that pitch. In the dirt. They called it strike 3. And the catcher threw the ball away. But so the wild pitch moves the runner to the third. And the swing strikes 3. Puts D'Ambrosio on for the third time. And it'll bring up Jack Marks, pinch hitting for Luciano. Foul tip. I thought it was a foul tip. The runner went to second base. I'm not sure why St. Joseph has the infield in. I thought that was a foul tip, unless the sound was off the catcher. Popped up. Bennett, the first baseman, will make the play. Zach Fisher, the second baseman, has walked, singled, and scored. In for a strike. hit to first base. The runner will stay at third. So they get Fisher for the first time. 2 away. Tad Giardina will hit for Cabral. So Derek Dana going deep to his bench. Shot to right field. That'll be a base hit. They hold the runner at third. 1 run scores. Giardina gets a base hit. And John Nowicki takes the pitch high. He's the hitter now. Down and in for a ball. Yeah, that one hits him on the foot. Second hit batsman. The bases are loaded for Nick Sacco. Sacco had a very good basketball season. Giardina, the runner at second, got hit by the got the base hit in the RBI. He's a very good hockey player. Derek Dana getting everybody in the game. Swing and a miss. High for a ball. Hit foul past third base. Terrence Moynihan, who was the left fielder, he's now the. It looks like he's now the catcher. As everybody's getting a chance to swing the bat here. Hit to third. They'll make the play at third. So they only get the 1 run. They load the bases. They send 7 more to the plate. It's now 11-1. St. Mary's over St. Joseph's at the end of 4 innings. Top of the order for St. Joseph's. We start the 5th inning, and Jack Lynch has got to be shaking his head. He's up for the second time. Nobody's hit the ball better than Jack Lynch today. He hit a solid shot, 2 hops right to the shortstop. Cabral threw him out. He hit the second time up. He hit a shot, and again, right at the shortstop for the out. So he's grounded to short and lined to short. Hits it into left center field, and it's caught out there. Talk about being unlucky. He's at second base saying, "What do you mean I'm not at second base?" Down and away for a ball. Ryan Freer is now the pitcher. He was the first baseman. Popped up. Freer was trying to get out of the way of the base runner. He almost overran it. He made a very nice play on the pop-up. He made the play himself, reaching back, because he tried to get out of the way of the runner. 2 up, 2 down. Hit right up the middle for a base hit. Well, Savoy gets his 3rd hit. Tad Giardina was the outfielder that made that great play in center field. He came in and got the base hit for an RBI. Now he makes a great play in center field. Hit off the glove. Freer knocks it down. 2 nice plays by Freer helping himself. Caught the pop-up, avoiding the runner. And he makes the play, knocking it down, throwing the runner out at first base. And I think they're saying it's a mercy rule, a 10-run rule. And I think that's it. So St. Mary's is going to get 2 in a row. They're going to go to 6 and 4. And St. Joseph's will drop to 2 and 5 as the mercy rule kicks in, as St. Mary's wins it by a score of 10-1. St. Mary's got 7 in the first inning. Magliozzi got an RBI, scored a run. Moynihan got a triple, knocked in 2, scored a run. Fritz got an RBI, knocked in a run. D'Ambrosio got a hit, knocked in a run. They got 2 more in the second. 1 on a throwing error and 1 on a sacrifice fly by Fritz. They got a run in the third on an RBI single by Magliozzi. And they got a run in the fourth on Tad Giardina's base hit. And that made it 11-1 after St. Joseph's got that bizarre run in the first inning on a pop-up and a couple of throwaways. And St. Mary's wins it by a score of 11-1. For St. Mary's, Cabral got a walk and a hit batsman, scored a run. Magliozzi had 2 base hits, knocked in 2, scored a run. Tad Giardina, hitting for Cabral, got a base hit, knocked in a run. Ortiz drew a walk and scored a run. Terrence Moynihan had a triple, a single, reached on an error, scored 2, knocked in 2. Tommy Falaska drew a walk and scored a run. Lucas Fritz had a single, hit a sacrifice fly, knocked in 2, scored a run. Jason Donahue hitting for him, reached on an error and scored a run. Dante D'Ambrosio had 2 base hits, reached when he struck out. Had an RBI, scored a run. Andrew Luciano had a base hit and scored a run. Zach Fisher had a walk and a single and scored a run. So everybody got involved. All 9 players that started scored a run for St. Mary's in the ball game in the first 2 innings, actually. And they win it going away. The mercy rule kicks in as they win it 11-1 in 5 innings over St. Joseph's. Again, St. Mary's goes to 6 and 4, making it 2 wins in a row. St. Joseph's Academy will drop to 2 and 5. 11-1, St. Mary's over St. Joseph's. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.